Yes, so you are listening to the Music and Culture Podcast. If it's your first time, please do the right thing. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever makes sense for you, just do it. Finally, Pastor Mboro and his co-accused got their bail. Pastor Mboro was released on 3,000 Rand bail, and his co-accused was released on warning. Pastor Mboro argued that he can only afford 3,000 Rand, and the court granted him that 3,000 Rand. But they have to be back in court on 21 October 2024 at court number 2 at 8:30.
Accused number 1, your bail is fixed amount of 3,000 Rand. As the defense said, that's how much you can afford. Accused number 2, you are released on warning and warned to appear 8:30, District Court number 2.
It's always 8:30, we all know that, but sometimes it can be 2:30. It can be 2:30. So Magistrate Mokoena presided over the bail hearing after refusing to recuse herself at the request of the state. The state argued that Magistrate Mokoena is biased looking at this case, and then she argued that no, you should look at yourself, you are actually misrepresenting facts. It's interesting to see these kind of cases, where the prosecution is challenging the judiciary. We hardly see those kind of cases in South Africa. These kind of cases are rare, where the NPA is challenging the judiciary to say you are biased. We've seen those kind of cases before, though. These kind of cases are quite rare in South Africa. We've seen one case in 2010. The NPA sought the recusal of Judge Anton Veldhuizen in the corruption trial of forensic auditor Trevor White, citing concerns that the judge had made inappropriate remarks and displayed bias against the prosecution in pre-trial matters. And Judge Veldhuizen said no. He refused to recuse himself. He said no. He maintained that his handling of pre-trial matters and his comments did not demonstrate bias, and that he could fairly preside over the trial. And he said no. It happens. But it's quite rare in South Africa to see these kind of cases. In 2015, we've seen State versus John Block. During the trial of John Block, a former Northern Cape ANC leader, the NPA asked Judge Matebe Pashwan to recuse herself, and she refused. She refused. Finally, in 2020, State versus Richard Ndluli. The state requested the recusal of Judge Brett Baum during the corruption and kidnapping trial of Richard Ndluli, the former head of crime intelligence in South Africa. The NPA argued there that the judge had made comments questioning the strength of the case, which indicated potential bias, all those kind of things. And Judge Baum refused to recuse himself. He refused to recuse himself. And now we are now getting used to the fact that the presiding officer in these kind of cases will always come back to say, no, I am not going anywhere. I am presiding. So Magistrate Mokoena also decided to stay. And she did stay. And that also opened channels for Mboro to now present this bail application on new facts, of course, on new facts, and he was granted. So finally he's out, but they are requested to come back to court on 21 October. So we'll be checking that one out. Like Raimina, salute, mingatete mail.